I talked about the Trump exchange with Kelly, and you're running for Republican senator in California, the Republican nomination for senator, and you have a likely opponent in Kamala Harris, who's a very good-looking woman, and I say that as, particularly good-looking. And whether we like her or not, let's at least, attest to that. But the reason I saw someone say that Trump came off as anti-woman because of the exchange with Megyn Kelly yesterday, in which he treated her, in my opinion, the way Trump would treat a man, treated a woman exactly the same way, and he said women aren't going to like that. And my immediate response to that was, well, no, actually, probably a lot of women don't like Megyn Kelly because she's so good looking, and you know how women are with that. Do you have any responses to that whole exchange? And do you think Trump looked bad to women? I didn't think he did so. It's Trump being Trump.
Yes, Trump's equal opportunity basher when he wants to be. Look, you said it right. Trump is Trump. For a lot of people, he's an acquired taste. Some people don't like someone of his personality. Look, and that's a difficult thing for him. You got to persuade more than half the nation to like you. Politics is very much a popularity contest. Always has been. The last 9 presidential winners have been the perceived better personality, and so that's an issue Trump will have to face. The West Coast doesn't really see, and a lot of the rest of the country doesn't necessarily see the banter that he had with Rosie O'Donnell or that kind of thing.
Right.
And so if you're in California and you have a certain sensibility, and Trump's a quintessential New Yorker, Christie can be a quintessential New Yorker at times. So that's an acquired taste, and they need to be able to appeal to other people. I think that's the bigger issue.
Right.
I mean, certainly, look, I've been in the public sphere for 12 years. I don't use language like that.
Right.
So...
Well, yeah, but I thought that was a cheap shot because... he used terms.
The first 40 minutes was a cheap shot.
No. I mean, at Trump, because, if I would have had a better answer if I was Trump. He would say, yeah, but I use the term a-hole only for males. There are certain terms which are derogatory terms. I use them all. But you just don't call a woman a horse's ass. It just doesn't sound right. And you don't call a guy a bitch unless you're trying to really demean his masculinity or something. That's the answer to me.
Look, to me, the first 40 minutes were terrible. It shows the ugly side of politics. It's why people turn politics off.
Well,
at some point, this should be about the presidency, and that's, we need a better direction for the country. You don't get that the first 40 minutes. I think probably a lot of people turn the TV off at that point.
Interesting. Yeah, it was it was ugly that way, yet you couldn't have the real one-on-one combat like you had with Rand Paul and Chris Christie, which would make it very compelling. One last thought on women, though. I think implied is with Trump and women is the fact that he's been divorced twice. I'm going through a divorce myself right now, not officially yet, but I don't know if that necessarily says anything because the reality is, the women, he didn't fail to pay child support. The women probably didn't want to have any more children, and he has had children with all 3 women. Do you think that makes him anti-woman? To me, Lindsey Graham is probably more anti-woman because he's been married to 0 women.
I think at the end of the day, the Clintons don't exactly represent a lot of people's values, so I don't think they'll be able to make much of that.
Right, that's true. Do you think it will be Hillary Clinton for sure?
No, not at all. When the FBI is obviously looking to now criminal conduct, and she thinks she plays above the rules, and she obviously is lying about it, I think she is vulnerable. You could have a situation as late as February or March where really bad stuff comes out, and just like Johnson in '68 dropped out of the race, this could certainly happen to her.
And that would be a disaster with all the donors and stuff, I imagine. But we're seeing some of that right now.
It would be a wreck to them.
Wow.
Should it be different? Does she get to lie about confidential information? She says, "Oh, I didn't know it was classified." Mm-hmm. She's been in government for how long? She was first lady, and she was an active policy first lady. Mm-hmm. And she's trying to tell me that she doesn't know the rules on what is classified. That's laughable.